Broncos and the Cardinals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. Oh no, today before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, with the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get...
Here's Williams to start the drive. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do and support that win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Design bootleg here. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he's brought down for a loss.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one. Kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll give it to Williams on the option. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. It's Nix out of the pistol. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
It's taken in by Williams. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Well, so far, they've got to be pretty happy with how he's been leading their offense. It has been a great start.
And I'd hesitate to say it's only going to get better, especially if they really decide to keep running this offense through that quarterback's arm.
Williams will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the...
And he'll score! Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. It is Cup, left side. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. A handoff for Williams, running left. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Another run for Williams. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're advancing it well as they face second down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. They stay on the ground with Williams. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense to the line for second down. Nix from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
He's on the move. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Now we'll see a field goal try by the Broncos. A very short kick here from the right hash. In his 11th year, still knocking them through. And they come away with some points on that series.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained...
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing here, Nix. Rolling left, buying some time. He takes it himself. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still second down.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. And it's the Broncos. In a nice spot, 2nd and inches. Up the gut they go with Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Mims with the grab. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. From the red zone now. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Cut near the goal line. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Got to think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. Williams goes up and over for the touchdown. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Williams now on 1st and 10. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, it's tough to succeed a linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Completed to his running back. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Williams has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos push their lead further to start the half. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Mix off the play action. Caught, this is Greg Dulcich. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Going left side, Williams with it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Nix with it on 1st. Vacates, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Throw complete to Williams. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. 2nd and 3 now. This is Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Nix. That's caught for the 1st. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix escapes out to the left. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Juke the defender. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Running right, it's Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Broncos getting closer to their 13th win of the season. Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Broncos throwing 6 more on the blowout. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a...
Cardinal.
Wow, they're gonna pass it here. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they're gonna bring him down just on the other side of midfield. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Here we go. Go.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. Trying again, following the sack. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
1st down, Denver.
Ready, set.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go.
Here's Nix to throw. Forced out to his right. Now he takes it. Throwing all the way to the end zone here.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So they let 1st down stand since it worked out well for him. The penalty declined. That brings up 2nd and 10. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Glendale.